Hey everybody, Texas Stroker here, Lance's Performance Chapel on the Star Mopars.com. It is not deceiving you, 7:11, 3:13 a.m. Had a very interesting Friday, and it's going to be very much the same Monday and Tuesday, so that kind of delayed me. I had a lot of stuff going on here, personal life as well. Big updates on the truck coming soon in the Ram Revival, but most important thing right here, I wanted to crank out another What's New in German Tools for two specific reasons. Number one, we got a lot of stuff coming from Knipex that I think you should know about. And number two, there's some limited time exclusive stuff that you're going to want to know about. Most importantly, right here. Many moons ago, KC Tool Hall 50, when we had the Hazet 816 HP giveaway, HPS giveaway, there was a situation going on where KC Tool was closing in on 100,000 followers. That would be, of course, pertaining to Instagram. They have hit 100,000 followers, and subsequently we've got a situation where they're doing the massive giveaway. The massive giveaway, if you are not on Instagram or if you've been off the grid or living under a rock, is right here. The reason that I needed to get this video out now is because this thing ends Wednesday at noon, I believe Central Standard Time, because they're in the best time zone like me. So that means you got to do this, and you got to do it fast, and I want every one of you to have the opportunity to win this thing because it's free and you're probably going to like it. If you're not on Instagram, this is the time to get on Instagram. If you hate Instagram, if you hate social media, create an account, have your spouse, your kids, your grandkids, whatever, as a coworker, make you an account. You can can it after this, but at least do this. You owe it to yourself to at least try. So what you're going to need to do when you've got your Instagram account, you follow KC Tool, you follow Vera Tools NA, that's going to be North America, not Vera Tool Rebels, kind of like the German counterpart, but North American counterpart. Then, once you follow those two accounts, you can follow me if you'd like to. Certainly not required for this giveaway, but I mean, if you're there anyway, all right? At least, like say, hey, that guy told me to enter, and I did, and then I won, and I'm really happy. But then you can delete your account and, whatever. You can post tons of pictures of your winnings. But all you have to do once you followed KC Tool and Vera North America is post a picture of your favorite tool or tools that you've purchased from KC Tool along with the hashtag. I cannot stress this enough. In my own giveaway, a lot of you had tons of great responses, but you failed to either be a subscriber or use the hashtag. If you use this hashtag and have the best story ever and the coolest pictures, but you didn't follow KC Tool or you didn't follow Vera, you will not be considered. You have to check off all of the boxes, and then you're eligible to win, right? So do it. Number one, number two, number three. That's it. Just three things. Follow KC Tool, follow Vera. Post your picture. If you don't know what the hashtag is, just hit the number sign, the pound sign, whatever you know that thing as. Okay, it's on your keyboard. It's going to be Shift 3. And you're going to type in KC Tool 100K. What this is going to do, they're going to get a crud ton of entries, okay? This will allow Colin and the team at KC Tool to find your submission. It is also advisable, as they continue to go on in the description, to tag them. You can tag them by clicking the photo. When you're about to post, it'll have tag people. Just tag KC Tool. You could tag Vera North America. The best thing you can do is maximize your chances of your post being seen once you follow the criteria and give yourself a chance to win it. This seems petty to some of you, but I'm doing everything I can in my power to A, tell you about the giveaway, and B, make sure you have an opportunity to win said giveaway. You can also shoot them a direct message. So do it, because this is what you will win, and this picture is probably enticing. If I come to the website, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty confident this is what you could win. So it's basically the sweet Vera Tool Rebels logo, kind of the one that looks like a tattoo. It's got the laser tip screwdrivers, you've got the jokers, you got the Cyclops ratchet, and it's a pretty nice setup, right? The trolley, as you can see here, is made in Germany. The tools will be made in the Czech Republic. So again, retail value is going to be over 4,000. That's why I kind of think it's this one. Don't hold me to it. But we're just going to cycle here through the pictures for you real quick. Top drawer, what else? Screwdrivers, everyone's favorite. Another perk of being on this channel, right? You've got the jokers, you've got your hex keys, metric and SAE. You've got the popular tool check. I do not own one of those, by the way. Then you've got a Cyclops speed ratchet. You've got some extensions. Those plastic collars are actually kind of handy for, spinning. You've got your metric sockets over here. You've got more metric sockets over there. And then you've got some empty drawers. That's for you to customize, you to add what you want to, you to throw in what you've already got, basically. So there's kind of all the beauty shots for you. And of course, you've got locks and keys. If you're interested in this and you really, really want it and you don't win, you're looking at an 8 to 10 week lead time, and that for your sort of like retail price. So again, I cannot stress this enough. If you're not on Instagram, get an Instagram account. Follow KC Tool, follow Vera Tools North America, and then come in, use your hashtag, tag KC Tool, tag Vera. You could even send a direct message, which you can do with something that looks like the airplane kind of a deal. So giving you the best information I can to ensure that all of you know about this and have an opportunity to win. So that's why last week I told you I really needed to make the What's New in German Tools video. I knew the announcement was coming, didn't know what it was, but I wanted to be able to tell you about it. And the bottom line is you need to enter ASAP, because we're talking basically 3 days from when you see this video, Wednesday at noon. So get it done ASAP. Make it a priority. If you're too busy at work to do it, or you need someone to help you, do it Monday night. Do it Sunday afternoon. Whenever you have an opportunity, do this, because this would be an awesome thing to win. Again, you've expended no money, right? And you win this awesome tool trolley. So whatever you post, that's up to you. I can't help you there. Just go with your favorite and see what happens. So coming in next, since we're talking Vera, I guess we'll jump here. In terms of what's new at KC Tool, so there's this random socket, but then there's jokers. When you hear joker, I think people's natural inclination is to think of the ratcheting joker wrench, right? While that's a good idea, it's better if you think of the joker as just Vera's wrench. Vera's take on a wrench, and then from that plain Jane joker, you can have the ratcheting version. You can have the ratcheting version with the switch, which is really expensive, but they have finally added some like standalone ones. They've got the Take It Easy tool finders there. Some people don't like the jokers. I kind of do personally. The more you use, if you're a Vera, fanboy or fangirl, and you use the Take It Easy tool finder, that is super useful. It also helps, like with your kids or grandkids or whoever you're bumming help from. If maybe they're not the best with numbers or something. Everyone can do colors. Unless you're like, colorblind, then numbers are good. But for like little kids or something, like, hey, get me that green one, and they'll bring you the 9mm. So, but if you wanted these, or you want to try one, maybe you want to get like a 13 or a 10mm or something, just see what they're like, you can do it. As best I understand, let's find, ooh, there's a quarter. We'll just go with SAE, because I'm old school, and you are too. That's the only picture. I think it's going to have, let's see here. I don't know that it actually has the plate on the end, but it might. But anyway, they're available. I'm trying to get through this ASAP because it's 3:20 in the morning, and I didn't get it done last night because I was super drained and had stuff going on, and I got a lot of stuff I need to do tomorrow. So next up, this is also important. This is not like as pressing as the giveaway, but it's the seasonal. What you can think of the seasonal as is KC Tools Tool of the Day, but for a bigger window. As you can see here, July 1st to September 30th. So this is a deal. A lot of times y'all tell me stuff like, man, I was going to get that. It was a great tool of the day. I was all amped up, meant to get it when I got home. Stuff came up. I forgot. It happens. It's happened to me once with the Knipex super cutters, and I'm still salty about it. But what you got here is some stuff from NWS. If you've ever been on the fence with trying NWS pliers, again, they have the sci-fi grips. That's what I refer to them as. They are ridiculously comfortable. This would be your time to do so. Best bet for most people right here, unless you specifically want side cutters. If you need needle nose, give those a shot. If you need the combo pliers, give this a shot. If you look at the prices here, they're basically 33, 35% off, which is tool of the day territory again. But if we just quickly, crudely do some math here, we got 21, 21 is 42, 42 plus 24, we're going to be looking at like 66 bucks, right? So these three pliers, if you want them, they would run 66. But if we scroll back up, we've got a set with the same pliers for 57. So if you're going to buy all three of these, by all means, get the set and save yourself an additional $9. Hence, 42% off versus 33 to 35%. Same thing with the insulated versions. I've never used one of their insulated handles. I would assume it would still be stupid comfortable. But if you want to go that route, or you prefer, the kind of more chrome finish, go that direction. Right here, they've got a lever bolt cutter. No experience with that one, but again, if you're curious, this is the time to try. Their grip pliers are actually pretty nice. It's got a nice textured black on it. We will eventually get back to that shootout. It kind of got slowed down because Knipex sent me some stuff to test out. This knife is fine. If you recall, I had a terrible time with an NWS knife. It's the 4-blader. That thing is like impossible to open. It's not just me. Everyone I've talked to, all the reviews I see across the internet all say the same things. This one, though, it's easy to open, and again, that's an absolute steal. If you're looking for something EDC, if you're looking for like something to, junk up at work that you're not too concerned about, but you want a quality blade, there you go. Also, if you like beechwood handles, this would be a perk for you. And again, at $8, that's ridiculous. You're not going to go to Walmart and get something for $8, and this is actually a quality blade, and that's what's important in a knife. The other item right here is the Ideal Lever Tin Snips. I had looked at NWS tin snips for quite some time, and may or may not have already pulled the trigger on these. So take from that what you will. But again, if you've never used their handles, and you've never caught it on tool of the day, whether you want the set or you're like, I'm kind of on the fence with these, let me just get this, pick whichever of these three would serve you the best. They're all roughly the same price. Try them, because you owe it to yourself. I don't care, if you're Knipex all the way, if you, prefer Gador, Stavilla, you got to try the NWS handle at some point, and this is probably the lowest price point you can get to give a go with those handles. Then if you love it but you don't like the color scheme, Philo is rebranded NWS, and you got like Pittsburgh Steeler, Pittsburgh Penguin, black and yellow stuff. So take advantage of it while you can. And again, the good news, if you forget, you're going to have a lot of days to redeem yourself. July 1st to September 30th, meaning on October 1st we've got another seasonal coming up. Looking forward to seeing what that is. This right here, what is this? This is VHA's Big Deal. This is also limited. I want to say it's the same time window as KC Tools. Back in the day, it was like a tighter window. You'd have more of them through the year. Now it's kind of like, quarterly type of a thing. But basically, you have got the Pocket Star here. I want to say these are Magic Ring, all of them. I'm not 100% sure. But the Ergo Star, that kind of refers to the holder, and then the Magic Ring referring to the steel clip on the end. Basically, what this means is you can use this and you won't drop the bolt when you're going straight down, which is why I have some on order, because crank position sensor has to go back in, and it's now a blind install. Let me actually just click this and see. I want to say that's... Oh, no, it does not. Okay, so this is just like old school fold-out hex keys. I actually know a lot of you that really like this style. This is sort of what we've always just had at the lathes at work. And go for it, because again, $18, 40% off, pretty solid buy. These right here, if nothing else, you're going to love these. I've done the video on this long ago, where you can swap in any hex keys that you want to that fit, and you can take advantage. I'm not going to waste a ton of time here, and I thought there'd be a clip, but there's not. Basically, you grab this guy right here and you turn it 90 degrees, and all of the keys turn, and you can then get them out without having to go through and move half the set around to get the desired hex key. We've covered this. Philo, real quick, I want to jump back on this. This guy right here, the 64539, there's several iterations of this across the world, but none of them with Philo's ergonix handle, which makes this one special. And I've actually used it and really like it. And what happened, there was some issue, and they went ahead, they preemptively pulled it from the market. That's why it disappeared for a little bit. It's now back. And most importantly, this came back, but these 3 sets hadn't. You know, they had, like, when this launched, there was all these options for you. If you aren't heavily invested in, like, bits, you know, of some size or specification, these become pretty solid deals. So kind of shop around on these. You can also do the belt clip pouch if you want to. I did that with a T-handle. I wasn't like a huge fan, but again, if that's more your style, go for it. I can tell you this right now. If you spring for this, their little, I think they call them a strong box, is what Philo's terminology is. Those are super cool. Let's just take a look at this one since in stock. I think it's metric and SAE, don't hold me to it. Okay, so this one's going to be metric. It might just be the bits are different, but they're kind of a cool size. Philo's bits are very impressive. I've kind of wondered if the sockets are really made in Germany, but I haven't had issues with them. That said, they've had minimal use. Let's try to see. So we got Phillips and Posse. Just real quick, I'm trying to get Lord Internet. Figure this out for you. Huh, yeah. At one point in time, I knew the difference in these. I'm not going to invest a ton of research efforts here, but it's probably got to do with the bits since the sockets are metric. But anyway, that's kind of that. There are several other new items that are sort of under the radar. Some of them may or may not be on the site here, but in terms of not spoiling some tool hauls, because I'm talking things that most people aren't going to pick up but are kind of exciting to me, may or may not already be on order, you know, or something along those lines. So you'll have to check back for those. Again, not sure when that stuff will come in, but as soon as it does, we'll try to crank something out. I'm trying to hold off on the tool hauls so I can sort of like make them more pertinent. A big part of me loves having videos stockpiled, but then it's kind of also weird when I release something in July that I filmed around Valentine's Day, you know, and I'm like telling you how cold it is, and in reality it's like 105. But anyway, you know, if there's ever anything like super pressing, I always try to crank it out and just interject it. But it's a catch-22 deal. You know, you either have something that's more timely, or I have stuff stockpiled, so when I get into binds, you know, and don't have as much time, I've got videos ready to go. It can go either way. Now what we need to do is talk about Knipex. Now we're going to start here with the twin grips, because if you didn't know, these were announced. This is kind of a special deal. Number one, I think something a lot of people don't realize, Knipex did not have slip joint pliers. Like, that was not a thing in their lineup. That's sort of like I guess kind of like old school Americana type of a deal. And then of course, you know, it's slowly progressed, you know, to like cheaper and cheaper imports over the years. But what you need to do with the twin grip is not necessarily think of it as like, oh, Knipex made slip joint pliers. Think of it as that crossed with van pliers or screw extraction pliers. And that's essentially what the twin grip is. It's a 8-inch, 200mm handle, sort of specialty plier from Knipex. It's also unique in the sense these were developed sort of by way of the American, you know, branch, you know, Knipex Tools LP, or I think that's the exact designation. And it's one of those deals, it's like, hey, this would be really good for this marketplace. Think back again to the Forge strippers somewhere in here. I'm not sure how I sorted this one, but, you know, the American wire gauge stuff, right? That was specific for us. And that's really cool. They've done a few other things, you know, like, it's not just, you know, people don't hate America, but, you know, even if you do, it's got a big marketplace, you know, so cater to it, and it'll serve you well as a business, right? So that's what we have here. You've probably seen some videos on these. Mainly they were sent out early, like to Knipex Ambassadors, new ones, and so you've probably seen a few of these. I've had these things on order. I was actually trying to pre-order them as soon as they were available, and wasn't a listing yet. And I say them because I've ordered both of them. My plan is that I'm going to love them. Well, when we make that video, I'll kind of hit on some deficiencies of the other designs. And this is me just sort of giving Knipex the blind benefit of the doubt based on personal experience with their other pliers. So if things go according to plan, I'm thinking multi-component stays at home and I take the textured handles to work. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm very, very excited about these. This right here, even though they both say manufacturer back order, KC Tool has received a round of these. If you pre-ordered these, there's a good chance they shipped out. You know, if you were like really early, I'm not sure how many pre-orders there were. Maybe you didn't make the cut. You know, if like 200 people pre-ordered and they got 100 pliers and you were 101, kind of, yeah, you got to wait, all right? But if you were very, very early like I was, these have probably shipped. With mine, the thing was I put them together, and so the multi-component, I don't believe any distributors have those yet. I saw Chad's Toolbox had these as well, so if you pre-order from him, they should be coming out. But again, think of it as just kind of like a slip joint van plier screw extractor with some other cool features. So, you know, it's push button, kind of ties in with Cobra. But yeah, I'm very, very, very excited about these. I can't stress that enough. And again, not a huge, if you're like, yeah, I don't like those handles. Well, it's $5 more to get the multi-component. If it's a deal where you're like, I love those, but they're too thick for this, save $5 and get that. Speaking of $5, if you did not know, this glorious site right here, you can now score Knipex VDE screwdrivers. That's right, standalone or in sets right here. That US is again sort of targeted for the US marketplace. May or may not have some of these, you know, because why not, right? But there's the upgraded electrician shears. I think we've covered that before, and that's what we're going to jump from, because while this is brand new, the Twin Grip is brand new Knipex, it is launching early in North America in part to the fact it was developed for the North American marketplace. I guess the Japanese as well. I don't see how these wouldn't be useful everywhere. It's not like you just jump countries and you don't have, like, you know, I don't care what your fastening system is. I don't care if it's Torx. There's going to be some idiot that manages to strip one out, and you're going to have to fix it for him. And that's where these are going to come in handy, right? So I guess you might be more inclined to, like, get lucky with a drill bit there. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But think of this as like item 104 from Knipex's big summer reveal, if you will, right? So we're going to jump here, and ooh, that's a beautiful site, isn't it? KnipexTools.com. You can think of this as like the American subsidiary, if you will. And then if we jump here, we're going to get into this stuff. Now, I want to... Where did I have it? Yeah, the end, I think, was here. So I've muted this stuff. You know, I think like it's number one, I don't think they'd mind, but number two, you know, I think it falls under what's the legal jargon I'm looking for. It's basically what all the reactors do, but we're gonna keep the sounds down. And look at that. There's your Torx. I don't even know what that was. Square Drive, who's using that up in Canada. Phillips, got something soldered or welded junk. You got debris. I don't even know what went on there. And here comes your savior. The Twin Grip is here. This is sort of like the glory shot glamour stuff for it. I think that was a bad example because I think it could actually have been gotten out with a hex or a slotted, but still makes sense, you know, trying to fill the void. And that's sort of the teaser there for you. This guy, by the way, does very good with English. You can tell it's not his native language, but he does quite well. Gonna be super cool again. If you were early on your pre-order, wherever you did that, these should be coming. Again, KC Tool Chat's Toolbox. If you're getting them from your, you know, local tool truck, tool vendor guy, I'm assuming they should probably be getting their initial stock in pretty soon as well. Hoping these come in like mid to late July at the latest. Don't hold me to that. Round 2, I don't know. The rest of the world, if you're across the pond, like UK, a lot of you talk to me from over there, y'all would typically have this before we do. But again, launched in America this time, suckers, so you gotta wait. But if you feel bad, the other 3 will be in your territory long before they get over here. So these other 3 products I'm talking about, what do we have? Well, let's just start here. This is going to be the Knipex Bix, B-I-X, capital X, if I'm not mistaken. This was special. This was like something that a company that makes these seals hit Knipex up and said, hey, we use your pliers. We need something that cuts this. Can you do anything? And they did. And it's not just for seals and, plumbing installation now. When you pay attention to that blade being interchanged, it's going to allow it to cut. This would be, I guess, the seal, right? And it can do I think it's 2 or 3 millimeters away. Note it folds down and it locks. But think about that blade swapping out. And instead, right there, you can put it in a forward position. And so when you do that, you're then able to not cut super close to an edge, but at a distance, farther in. It basically becomes like a pipe cutter, but for plastic pipes. I don't really deal much with plastic pipes, but if I've always debated, I'm tackling some rewiring projects on some cars, and I like to custom route stuff. That's why you get like longer harnesses or build your own. And I was debating, what kind of conduit I wanted to run through the inner fenders and everything. If I go plastic, that would be super useful. It's kind of cool in the sense that it looks like a toy claw, and then it's able to cut that. The biggest benefit if you deal this with, stuff all the time, if you use like a portasaw, if you use a hacksaw, if you use any type of sawing motion or cutting wheel, you have debris and you have rough edges. When you use something like this, it's a smooth cut. That's what you want, ideally, for flow. So that, I think, will appeal to more people than you would think it would. I have no clue on a price point, if it's a decent price point. It might be something that I bring in if I opt to go with a plastic conduit. In terms of plastic conduit, I think for US specs it will cut up to like 2-inch, which is kind of insane when you look at it. The closest thing that looks like to me is like a lockjaw or a barbell collar. It just happens to have a blade. If I remember correctly, it will hold 2 blades. So pretty cool stuff. Now right here, we're going to jump in, and this is something I think a lot of people saw coming or had pushed for. It fits in your palm, and it's not a Cobra, it's a pliers wrench. You'll note the absence of the push button. This is going to be the quick adjustment. Again, think exactly of your Cobra XS that just came out, but this will be the pliers wrench version. These are going to be extremely popular, sell out. They're not available to pre-order yet, as best I know. But as soon as they are, if it's something you want, if it's something you got to have, I would pre-order it. I've talked to Colin, and best case scenario, we would see these like late this year. Maybe good things happen and they show up like Halloween, but I'm thinking it's a deal where maybe Christmas time you could possibly get lucky, but it could also be early 2022. So the world is kind of backwards and nuts right now, and things are just delayed. And this, as much as I prefer to be an optimist, you might be waiting. But if you're like, oh, that's a Christmas stocking stuffer for everyone because you're that cool person that does that, get your orders in early, assuming they allow us to, and maybe it comes in prior to that. So but again, I don't think anyone's too shocked by that, but I think people are going to be pretty happy with it. So if you know, it's one of those type of things. They look dorky, they look like toys or gimmicks. I can't tell you how useful they are. Personally, the XS, the Cobra XS, I like it. I like the handle. I like the feel of it. It goes in your pocket really well. I kind of like the 5-inch version. That might be my preference. Don't hold me to it. We'll figure it all out over time. But with the pliers wrench, I don't have anything smaller than a 7 currently. So that might be a welcome addition for us. Right here, though, this is something I don't think is going to get much fanfare, and I really think it should. This is the Knipex Cutex. This is going to be product 404, if you will. And good lord, it's it's going to be pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. So I'm probably more geeked out about it than most people, but it's actually got a product page here, so we'll take a gander at it. This is sort of like a snap-off deal, which I hadn't used any of these until I got the Picard one. We may have had some at work, but I didn't ever use them. I kept like this Lawson one. Everybody got one way back in the day, and I'm like one of the only people that still has a functioning one. So that thing was really heavy though, really bulky, not very ergonomic. But when I got that Picard that has these little snap-off blades, I was like, that's kind of nice. And may or may not have gotten some others for comparison, but this thing is going to be really cool. So essentially, let's see how many, there's 34 pictures here. So what we're looking at, think of this as a typical, like utility knife with a snap-off blade. This slider right here is going to slide the blade out. This back slider is going to follow this one if you want it to, and it's going to slide this rail out. Okay, that's going to give stability and basically a way for you to turn this into a scraper, which that's sort of like a huge selling point for me. And we're just real quickly, because again, I'm pretty geeked out about this one. There's not a good way to, there we go. There we go. Now we got it. This right here. Typically, you would not want to do this. If you did, it would be painful and you might get cut. But with that backing, you've got the ability to do that. If you don't have the backer, you can have it where you kind of can make a clean cut, or you can get flexibility out of it. Sort of depends what you want. There's going to be storage for 2 blades in the handle. You can also pick this up, as a standalone part number. There you see it cutting. Oh yeah, I have to do that all the time. But like right here, the really thick foam, you don't send out the guard because you want that to cut easier. This situation here, come on pictures, you're going to want that because then you're able to cut the adhesive or the putty off of your flange there. Just gonna be, again, I don't know that a lot of people are gonna get all giddy like I do about this, but I'm legitimately excited for this thing. Also, color scheme's pretty cool, and I'm wanting to, I kind of think it looks slim enough that it might go in your pocket easy. So if you look at that blister pack, that doesn't have a very big side profile. So I'm very, very excited about it. Innovative, variably extendable stabilization bar. That always looks so weird when you see it. You say it fine, but when it's spelled out, it's just one of those weird looking things. Precise, faster cutting, exert targeted pressure on the back of the blade without the risk of injury, I should say. That's again for scraping. It's robust, durable magnesium housing. Ben over in the UK was asking me if I thought it was aluminum or not. It's magnesium. So what do we have there? Light as plastic, strong as die-cast aluminum. So perk. Fixed blade, it's going to be 165 millimeters long, approximately 111 grams. You can read the rest of this if you want to. It can also be tethered for those of you that do ladder stuff. This guy's voice is actually really cool too. But I think I had this. Oh, did I watch it and accidentally ditch you? I might have done that. I thought I had that at the... Okay, it's coming up. It's coming up. There we go. That's where we wanted to be. So this right here, you can just kind of see it in action. Again, there's a stabilization bar, no stabilization bar. Slider brings it out. It's now firm. It's not going to injure you. You can again slide from the back. No information yet on that third blade. I'm assuming that's going to be an optional part number. Maybe it'll come standalone. I'm just, like I said, I'm super excited about this, probably more so than most. So if you too fall in this camp, let me know. Because someone else has to appreciate these things, right? Again, look at them flaunting over here. They've got the twin, yeah, they got it all going on right there. But I think that kind of covers everything we wanted to see. The whole presentation, if you want to see this, they've got it in all sorts of languages for you now, but just go to Knipex and kind of see up here. There's like Spanish and whatever. But you can go through the whole demo. It's just 25 minutes. You got like a 30-second intro. And then each tool kind of gets its like 6-ish or so minutes. Kind of a neat deal. And again, most people are just going to know about the twin grip right now. And like I said, there's 3 other products. So super cool. With that said, I'm going to end this. Again, I try to make things short. Sometimes actually all the time, I'm terrible at that. I can do it if I really want to, but if I freewheel things, which is what I typically do, it just doesn't work out that well. So main thing though, we got cool stuff coming from Knipex. If you are in the market for this Philo driver, these sets are back available. There's standalone jokers, the VHA Big Deal, which let's back out so you can take a gander at that again. SAE and metric, yellow SAE, red for metric, and then you got the fold out pockets, same stuff. These right here though might be your preferred target. They will differentiate themselves from other hex keys because of the holding function, if you will. And then right here, NWS people rejoice, especially if you're like a first-time NWS buyer. This is super affordable for you. And then right here, jokers are available. But the tool trolley, this is what you can win. Again, Instagram, follow KC Tool, follow Vera, use the hashtag, tag KC Tool just to be safe, maybe direct message them to be extra safe, and get this done before Wednesday. I'm not talking in a week. I'm talking like, what's it going to be, the 14th? So get this done ASAP. I want everyone, as many people as possible, to know about this and have a chance to win the trolley and the tools. So with that said, I'm going to end this because I've got to render it out and upload it, which my internet sucks, and that's going to take a while. And truth be told, I'm wanting to get up early and go continue wrenching on the truck. I came in a little after midnight, and I was filthy, so filthy I didn't want to like touch my keyboard and stuff. So, but good times in the garage out there. So you too could have really good times with this. So read the post, do the 3 steps. Good luck. I'll leave it at that. If you win, and it's because I told you about it, by all means, tell me, and I will congratulate you on your epic victory. But for everyone else, what do you think of what's new in German tools? What are you the most excited about with what we showcased here? Again, might be some other things I know about, but we're saving them for a rainy day, if you will. So I'll leave it at that. But again, twin grips, if you've got it, what do you think of it? If you have them on order, you know when they're coming. Other items, like I said, let me know what you think. I'm sure a lot of you would be way more giddy about the Bix cutter, but for me, that the utility knife, that's kind of a big deal. And again, I think everyone will be pretty happy with the small pliers wrench. So with that said, I will quit rambling. LoneStarMopars.com is the website. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all 3 at Lone Star Mopars. Again, enter the contest. Make sure you follow the rules so your entry will be accepted, and then you've got a shot of winning this thing. So pretty sweet trade-off. Again, awesome collaboration between KC Tool and Vera, and hopefully somebody gets this and will put it to good use. And if you do create an Instagram account just for this, you can start posting pictures of your German tools and your sweet new tool trolley. So with that said, I gotta get this underway so I can get a little bit of sleep. I will be working on the truck. I'll be possibly solo at work in the shop Monday and Tuesday. I should be getting a new pallet jack. If you saw my post there, that's drill press went up and wouldn't come down. Got that fixed. It was a limit switch, and the pallet jack won't go up, which is a problem. And the truck comes in Monday, and I don't know if they're going to deliver it to me Monday or if I have to wait till my usual delivery on Wednesday. But might post pictures of my new. I don't even know what it's going to look like. I'm just desperate. No one else had one, and usual supplier did. So we'll see what it does. Dropping down, my the 2 I had were Bluebirds, 6,000 pounds. It seems like everything else now is like 5,500. Seems to be what they run. So I don't know. We'll see how we like it. I really like the ones we had. But anyway, that's another story, another day. You know the drill. Good luck. Get your entries in, and let me know what you think of the other new stuff. So with that said, I'll quit rambling. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a fantastic week. I will catch you back here for more action Probably from the shop, but maybe from the computer, because again, people seem to like this stuff. So bottom line, get your entries in. Somebody's going to win this. It could possibly be you. Good luck. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday.